Once upon a time, in the quiet village of Elmsworth, nestled between rolling hills and thick, whispering forests, lived an old clockmaker named Elias Grin. Elias was known far and wide for his intricate and beautiful timepieces, but he was also known for his reclusive nature. He rarely ventured outside his shop except to buy supplies or watch the stars from his garden. Elias' clock shop, Timeless Wonders, was filled with ticking and talking, whirring gears, and the soft chimes of cuckoos and grandfather clocks. The townsfolk often speculated about the man who made such masterpieces, especially about a mysterious grandfather clock in the center of the shop that he never sold, nor allowed anyone to touch. That clock was different. Unlike the others, it didn't tick. It stood tall, regal, its face adorned with celestial symbols. Some said it was broken, others said it counted down to something. But no one knew for sure, except Elias. One misty autumn morning, a young girl named Mira wandered into the shop. She was curious, bright-eyed, and endlessly fascinated by the way things worked. She had heard tales of the clockmaker and his secret clock, and she wanted to see it for herself. Elias, surprisingly, welcomed her warmly. Perhaps he saw a spark in Mira, a spark of wonder that reminded him of his younger self. He taught her about gears, escapements, pendulums, and mainsprings. Mira visited every day after school, and over the months, the shop became her second home. One evening, as golden light streamed through the dusty windows, Mira gathered the courage to ask, "Mr. Grin, why doesn't the tall clock work?" Elias looked at the clock, then back at Mira, and said softly, "Because it waits." "Waits for what?" she asked. "For the right moment," he replied with a faint smile. Mira didn't press further, but the mystery gnawed at her. She studied the clock when Elias wasn't watching. She noticed that its hands weren't fixed. They were just still, as if paused. Years passed. Mira grew into a young woman, and Elias, older and slower, still worked with patient fingers and watchful eyes. Then one winter night, Elias called Mira to his side. His hands trembled more than usual. "Mira," he said, "my time is almost up." Tears welled in her eyes, but she nodded. "The clock, it was never meant to measure hours. It measures possibilities." He handed her a brass key. "When you're ready, wind it." With that, Elias closed his eyes for the final time. Mira stayed in the shop that night, grieving. She held the key tightly in her hand. At dawn, when the sky blushed with pink and silver, she approached the tall clock. Her fingers turned the key in its hidden slot. The clock stirred. It ticked. It talked. Then it chimed, a deep, resonant sound that echoed like a bell in her bones. Light burst from the face, and the celestial symbols began to move. The hands spun wildly, then stopped. A door at the base of the clock creaked open. Inside was not a chamber, but a portal. Through it, Mira saw glimpses of cities she'd never known, skies filled with flying ships, and forests of crystal trees. A note lay just inside. "To the one who chooses to wonder more than fear, this is your time." Mira stepped through. The shop was silent again, except for the quiet ticking of a single clock.